everybody, welcome to another Age of Grogu, and I've got with me Elijah and Max, and Jason will be joining us shortly, soon enough, I'm sure.
Nice.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's
We
going.
Good.
decided to do a special little thing because Star Wars Celebration, they dropped their first night over in England, and they had a lot of stuff that they dropped at the Lucasfilm panel. So I was just going to kind of show you through some of the stuff, and I figured later we'll jump onto that Ahsoka trailer and kind of talk our way through, what your thoughts are on that and everything like that. Did you guys get to see the Ahsoka trailer first this morning,
Yeah,
or
yeah. The
yeah,
Yeah, I
first thing,
did.
first thing I opened
yeah,
my computer in the morning, I
yeah,
was like, Ahsoka trailer. I'm like, oh.
yeah?
I was like telling you guys, I'm like, I'm sure they already know.
I did wake up at 3 a.m. with all new nerds and
There's a lot
Convo
of trailers
4,
that
and
came
it
out,
was
not just
exhausted.
Star Wars, but there's a lot of other trailers that I watched.
Yeah,
Now I'm like going blank on them, but
there's
I was
so
gonna
many this
mention
past week,
a
but
bunch
we'll
that came
talk.
out.
Yeah,
The
we'll
new
we'll
Indiana
talk.
Jones trailer,
Yeah,
and
we'll do all that.
Barbie.
We'll pick up on that on Sunday for the podcast. Tonight, I'm just going to keep it specifically with the Star Wars stuff. But yeah, the Indiana Jones trailer, and then also during the week we had Blue Beetle and a few other things. So
Blue
we're
Beetle,
definitely
a
going
few
to
other
follow
things.
that.
There was something else that I just saw that I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. No, we'll pick up on all those at the end of the week when we talk about that Sunday. For now, let's just talk about the Star Wars Celebration. Uh, so basically, yeah, Star Wars Celebration happened. I've been kind of pulling a few images and
the
stuff. People have
first day
taken
of
photos.
celebration, right?
First day of
Okay.
celebration, yeah, and I went to it last year. It was phenomenal for anybody who hasn't been. It's really an amazing thing. But some people posted images and photos of in England. Here, check this out. Dave Filoni was there with in like just hanging out there in the shop
He's not
area.
wearing a cowboy hat. How can you
He's
find him in
no
the crowd?
exactly.
I'm just
Yeah, go
joking.
figure.
I'm like, which one is he? I'm like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, but then here's the thing. It's like at least over here Elijah, you've been and Max, you've also been too. When we've been to um, here in into the convention center. It's got some room to move. Look at this. This
That's
is in
crazy.
England.
That's a lot of people.
This is just
Do you know where
ridiculously
they had it?
crowded.
Stewie.
Like where it was?
You know
This
what?
looks like a mall. That looks like a
No,
mall, doesn't it?
you know
It
what?
does.
I cannot remember the name of the place, but it is a
That's like
convention
a food
center.
court or something.
Yeah, no, it's actually it actually is a it's a huge convention center in England, and it's not big enough to house the celebration. But that would drive my claustrophobia completely crazy just to
That would be. I
sit and
mean,
experience that.
that's rough.
Yeah,
It's rough. And if you're
yeah.
not in a
Look at that.
concert
Look
and
at
you're
that.
that close to people,
Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
yeah. But
There's
that's
someone who
all the way
really
down.
regretted wearing the
Yeah,
armor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It would be very uncomfortable. I mean, I don't know of any incidents and stuff, but
Like,
at
why
the
did I
same
draw
time,
a C3PO today? This is the worst time to
yes,
Yeah.
choose this
yeah,
costume.
exactly.
You're like, I
Yeah.
can't walk and I can't breathe.
Yeah, and you probably couldn't see either at the same
Yeah.
time. So yeah, I mean, it looks very crowded. It looks more crowded than even what Celebration at Anaheim was. And Anaheim was pretty busy, but it wasn't like that. But at the same time, it's like people brave, good for them. They braved the challenges of getting out there. Some people got lucky to get into the panels of the first day. The first panel was specifically the Lucasfilm panel, which opened the entire thing. One of the other things that they had on display there, Max, I think you'll appreciate this. This is
Oh, that's
like
cool.
this is actually the painting I believe they used in Ahsoka, the series. So because we saw an image of it at Celebration last year as footage because Sabine Wren is standing. We see the back of Sabine's head standing in front of that image, and we see that also in the final episode of Rebels as in animated form. But it was kind of cool. Um, let's talk about the movies. Let's drop to the movies first because I want to wait for Jason to jump on board if he
Yeah,
Do
can
we
this
think
to
they're all going to come out?
I'd like you to
yeah to
clear
do
this
the
up for
trailer.
me because
Yes,
I was listening to a bunch of different like people talking about it,
right.
but I was a little unclear on like what three. I know they're three separate movies. They're not trilogies. Three
Okay.
separate things. But if
Well,
you clear it up, that would be cool.
this is what they dropped. They said they're going to be shooting three movies in three different time periods. Dave Filoni is going to be directing one in the Mandoverse, which is going to tie together
Okay. Okay,
different story aspects. I'm going to assume
that makes
Ahsoka and
sense.
Mandalorian
I
and
was
Boba
thinking that
Fett.
Mando would
Yeah.
end with a movie, or those would all tie in.
No, it's going to be actually a collision of all these
That's what I'm saying.
events
A
taking
collision
place.
of
Yeah,
all the TV
yeah,
shows.
correct. The second one, which apparently might be the first one we get to see, is going to take place 15 years after the rise of Skywalker, and Daisy Ridley came out on stage, and she actually is going to be back as Rey, and
Oh,
they're going to pick up on that,
training for
and
the
then
Palpatine, the new order of Palpatine.
now
Training
it's
for the
actually
new order
well,
of the dark
well,
side because she's a
hang on.
Palpatine.
Let me pull this
Her
up.
soul's gonna turn dark.
It's the New Jedi Order, actually. That's the last one down there. So you got the New Jedi Order. You're gonna have
Oh wow.
the New Republic is what we're currently in with the Mandoverse is the New Republic, but then they're gonna get director James Mangold, who originally was pulled on for Boba Fett for a feature film of Boba Fett. Eventually moved across to Indiana Jones, and he's still been in talks, according to Kathleen Kennedy, from an interview she said today, with going through and doing the way back even before the Old Republic is going to be the first the Order of the Jedi, which is the very first Jedi.
Yeah, I don't
So
know how I feel about that one. It's supposed to be said it's supposed to include the first Jedi, which
yes,
he described it as a biblical experience, which
hey there,
I
Anchorman.
don't know. That one has me nervous.
Are they leaning off of the midi-chlorian thing now? And is it
I don't
like the
know.
force is a force, like it
I
used to be? Because that
we
would
are
make more sense.
we are in new territory that we're taking place 25,000 years before Return of the Jedi, kind of thing, or before A New Hope. So we're talking about way
But I'm just
back.
saying, in general,
Yeah.
are like in the cartoons and stuff like that, do they still go with the midi-chlorian type of thing for the force, or don't they
Uh,
really explain it that way
Clone
anymore?
Wars used the word once or twice. It was never a big thing specifically. I think Force Ghost Anakin, Qui-Gon might have actually. Sorry, Force Ghost
So the
Qui-Gon
force is
might have said
more
something.
something back that you can tap into, like whatever spiritually
Yeah,
tap
yeah,
into versus
correct. I
you're
don't know
born
how
with
they're
it.
gonna I don't know how they're gonna play this out. Except for the fact I'm actually very excited that James Mangold will be directing a Star Wars movie, and it's going to take place away from the Empire. I mean, come on, we've all
Yeah,
said
that's cool.
you've all said you want to be away from Palpatine, right? Jason
Yeah.
most of
Yeah,
all doesn't want
I
to be
want to see
anywhere
more
near
High
Palpatine.
Republic stuff too, but this
I
is gonna be
agree too. I mean, they're cool
pre High
because
Republic.
they've got these other areas in there. Obviously, a lot of them, the High Republic is all the book stuff, but also when you consider the fact that the Acolyte is also part of the High Republic story, that's in there as well. So it's like you've got that. You've also got the Old Republic, and I don't know whether they're going to include that as part of a video game system, whether they're going to do
I think
something
that
animated.
is there because of the remake of the video game, the old Star Wars: The
Could
Old
be,
Republic. That's
could
the Old
yeah,
Republic.
that makes sense. That makes sense. But I'm just liking the fact that they are taking three different massively different time periods, and they're focusing on those points.
Is
And
there a timeline for these movies to be released? Did they give that, or they're just
um,
saying these are the next two
so,
movies?
from what we understand, the Rey movie with Rey of the New Jedi Order is supposed to be 2025 is when they're slating it to be released, December 2025.
Oh, that's
It
soon.
is presumed that Dave Filoni's film will be around 2027, roughly 2 years after, and so I'm going to assume 2029 might be going back to the past with James Mangold's film.
2029 Star Wars.
Twenty twenty nine Star
That just
Wars,
sounds
yeah,
kind of crazy. You
I
know,
know,
when 77 is like when it
yeah,
originally came out. It's kind of weird.
yeah, no, it is insane.
God, 2029. Just
Yeah,
even saying that is weird.
yeah. Um, but yeah, that's all. That's the movie news things. But again, it's like they actually they pulled up the directors, by the way. So oh yeah, and the other thing is, well, the director who is going to be directing the Rey story arc in the new Jedi Order is going to be oh, I forgot her name. Um 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 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Here we go. It's Charmin, oh, I can't pronounce her name. I'm so sorry, but she is the director and the showrunner of Miss Marvel, which we all
Mm.
loved
Oh,
a lot.
awesome!
Yeah, so she's going to be in control of Ray's story at this point, and taking place 15 years later. So I think that is an amazing thing. We've got a female director. We've got a director whose work I purely loved. I really, I think we said
Yeah,
before.
you were
I
gushing
really,
about that
I
show.
really loved. I loved Miss Marvel. I loved the way they dealt with the family unit, and I'm hoping some of that influence will be pulled over into the Rey story arc, because it's really about how does she create a new family? How does she create a new Jedi Order? Is it going to be the same as the old one? Is it going to be different? How is she going to do something different with that? And I think that's kind of exciting as well, to see how that plays out, because it really is unexplored territory after Luke's death. After
Yeah.
that whole
Maybe we'll see Team Grogu in it.
Maybe we will. I mean, that could be part of it. Will he leave the Mandalorians and become a Jedi again, or will he stay with the Mandalorians? That is also a character that is going to continue that arc, well into the future, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm purely excited to.
Do you think all the movies are going to come out this time? I mean, they announced movies before.
Yes. They've announced.
Oh, that's
in
true.
fact,
Like none of those other movies got canceled. There's a lot of stuff that got canceled,
Well,
right?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I kept thinking
Squadron,
today.
Okay.
Is like,
All right. Okay.
What's not coming? These are the new movies, and everything else that they previously talked about is not coming.
His
basically.
Rogue Squadron.
Everything like that has been mentioned at investor meetings, but they've never actually announced a celebration, at least that I'm aware of, a celebration movie or show that didn't actually come into fruition.
Really?
So,
They didn't
What about
mention
Rogue
those
Squadron?
at like
Rogue Squadron was announced at the investors meeting, and those are all kind of proposals to say, if we're going to give you something that's in this genre.
Patty Jenkins, didn't she come out at
She did too, yes, yeah. But here's the other thing. In an interview that Kathleen Kennedy did today, she did say that nothing has ever been fully shelved. Everything is still cards on the table. So I think that might be a polite way of saying we'll see where. Oh, be quiet, Max. I can see you snickering and laughing. Elijah, you too.
you not have a good track record.
I'm now going blank on the card game.
Yes.
The card game? She could have said
Sabacc?
and put it on the
Sabacc.
On the Sabacc table, yeah. Come on,
ones.
do your job.
She
like
rolled
at
the
least,
ones on the Sabacc table.
Yeah.
But
At least you
speaking
could
of
throw that
Sabacc,
in.
Didn't she say Lando was back on the table too?
Lando is back on the table. She said Lando is
believe a
back on
word
the
she
table,
says.
but also,
I'm sorry.
but more
I wish I
importantly,
could.
on the operating table because he's so old right now.
More
He needs
importantly about Lando is that Donald Glover is on the table. As he said in an interview 3 days ago, that he's definitely still interested and invested in the.
It's not going to be Billy Dee.
I think it'll start.
Maybe
I think
we'll
it'll be
get both. I mean, maybe we'll get old.
I think
old Lando. I think
I think the
providing
episodes
the
will be Billy
Retirement
Dee
home
telling
Lando.
stories.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Retirement Lando.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
retirement
about the
Lando.
time
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like
would
that. I
fine
actually
for that.
do.
Come on,
I think he'll be
that'd
telling
awesome.
stories, and it'll start with older Billy Dee telling the story to someone. Then it'll cut back to young Donald Glover and them showing the story.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be fine with that. I want to see that.
It'd also be fun as an unreliable narrator.
Well, that could be fun in games too. Yeah. But so again, it's like let's take what Kathy says with a pinch of salt about the idea that everything still is on the table and could still be proposed for the future. At the same time, there are things that feel right, and I feel that these movies are right, that they will lock in. I mean, Dave Filoni, more than anybody, has been setting stuff up. It was just really cool to see that he's been given the position of directing a feature film.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened earlier. I really am.
I'm surprised that he hasn't done it earlier.
I don't know if he's necessarily had. Here's the thing, though. When you consider the fact that he came from animation, he had to learn a lot when he got on the set. And he even said on the beginning of Mandalorian season 1, he's got a lot to learn in the sense of shooting film compared to shooting animation.
He's a humble guy because there's a lot of people that would jump into the director's position and just let other people do their job, or whatever, rely on their crew or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying he waited for a good reason. It's not like he could have, but like he just.
But think about it. We get to see a feature film in the Mandoverse on the big screen that's going to be like at its full peak of epicness. That may very well get shot in England. I'm going to assume they'll shoot it over there since they're setting up for the feature films. In that,
it's
you know,
Grogu's
where
teenage years where he's like 18 and
I don't think so. I think it'll be set still in this era.
I think the end will flash forward to set up the movie with Ray.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. We don't know the story arcs that are going to come forward from Skeleton Crew and from Ahsoka. We don't know what the threats are going to be.
Is Skeleton Crew part of the
not the First
Mandoverse, or
Order.
is that?
Yes, it's supposed to be part of the Mandoverse, from what I understand. And in fact,
But does that
none
mean
of
characters will cross over, or does that just mean it's in the same time frame to make it less
well,
confusing for
here's the
fans?
thing. Some footage leaked, and technically I've never seen the footage, but technically Vale is in it. He was the pirate that escaped and left, Gorian
That
Shard.
doesn't count. That doesn't count as crossover.
What? It
One,
does.
the
It does.
smallest
It
character.
does.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey, he may be a big character in the future. We don't know. I mean, oh,
I mean a main character. You know what I
I
mean? Like it's
what?
not like we're Bo-Katan showing up and saving the kids or something like that. Like,
Maybe she will. We don't know. I mean, honestly, we
yeah,
don't
I mean
know.
they wouldn't show that in the trailer, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's what I'm curious about Skeleton Crew. Is like if it's gonna take
Um,
place during the Mandoverse, are they gonna take advantage of having these characters around?
it
Are they just
seems that
gonna?
they're gonna go the pirates route, and
Oh.
it seems like there'll be kids, and there'll be this element of Jude Law taking these kids on a Star Wars adventure. I don't know. I honestly don't know. They will tie into this feature world because it's a feature film coming up for Dave Filoni, because it all is supposed to conclude, not conclude, conjunctualize. I don't know. I'm getting tired. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's
No, I
supposed
think
to be.
I think the
At
Mandoverse
the,
he said will conclude with the movie. I think it'll be the
it
end
won't.
of
No, it
the
won't.
Mando saga.
No. There's a. Oh god, no. It's not conclude. He won't be concluding it because there's never a conclusion. It'll all conjunction into one another at a certain point for whatever purpose, an unseen point that we don't know yet. So.
Well, I mean, I think it's gonna be like the end of Mando as a TV show. I think it's gonna be,
Oh, maybe, yeah. I mean, sure, they'll do some
they're
other
gonna move up,
spin-offs
probably
from it
be
too.
moving on to a new time period
Sure.
after the
Oh
movie.
yeah, yeah, makes sense. I mean, you still
That's
got
what he means by
yeah.
the ending of the Mando verse is like
It could
it's
be
gonna be the conclusion to a lot of those story arcs.
yeah.
Well, it'll probably I've heard people saying that the movie could be called like any reference to Heir of the Empire is what people are saying. Guessing the title is.
Not necessarily, because Ahsoka kind of brings up that in the trailer, which we'll jump on
Yeah, well,
pretty
yeah, it
soon.
does.
If Jason can make it on the stream in the next 15 minutes, 10,
But
15
I'm
minutes.
guessing Thrawn will be the big bad of that movie.
We don't know. I mean, I assume he might be. We don't know what Thrawn's position is yet, as to where he's going to be.
Glove shitos, a
Yeah.
servant.
Glove shitters. Yeah. What else is there? What are the things? They were giving away posters. Like, look how cool that poster is for the Mandalorian.
That's
cool.
a cool one. That looks
That's
way
cool.
better than the posters they've been releasing on the
Yeah.
internet.
This is the Ahsoka one, which is a little weird.
I don't love it. It's a little,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would
It's
still love to
like
get
a
my
just
hands on.
like a character poster for like a larger
Correct.
movie where they just have like
For
the
sure.
single
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It feels like it's part of a set or something like that. But
And that's
I'm
not
sure we'll get
is that like a photo or that's illustrated? Is that kind of made to be
You know what? That's
illustrated?
I honestly
I
can't
think it's a
tell.
heavily touched up photo.
It could be a
Yeah.
heavily touched up photo.
Like
but
I think it's kind of annoying that the whole Drew Struzan like poster art is like thing that like they almost have like a button for now, like in Photoshop, or like it's like they're clearly like
yeah.
they can't come up with their own poster art style, so they like just clearly have to like bump.
Oh, totally.
It
Well,
has to go off of like a Drew Struzan style.
to skip
poster.
ahead what I was going to talk about on Sunday just briefly, but I'm going to ever so briefly. This is the Indiana Jones poster
Yeah,
that they
that's
actually
cool.
are handing out at the celebration too.
I like that poster.
Yeah, I like that one too. I think it's cool. But you're right; it's very Drew Struzan in style. Other things they announced. Jedi Survivor is going to have a trailer this Sunday, April 9th, apparently drop. So that could be interesting to see what that trailer is going to be like.
Wait a
Yeah, I
minute.
mean,
Which,
they've
this
shown.
is just okay game. Okay.
Yeah, it's a gameplay. They've shown like 3 different lightsabers that you could, or types of lightsabers you could use. I think there's like 4 different types of lightsabers or variations you could use. So
Okay.
they'll probably hyping up the last one in that trailer.
Right. Oh, that's cool. Then we had, let's see. Oh yeah, that was just 3 new Star Wars films announced. They've also got the shooting schedule for Andor. It looks like August is when they're going to be releasing it, possibly. Hopefully August-ish. But they're shooting through to
Yeah,
August
I've
this
heard
year.
August 2024 is what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. But Ahsoka did get a more or less kind of time-framed date of August of this year too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, other quick things that they dropped announcement-wise. Junis, who played Chewbacca, and was the replacement for
Peter Mayhew.
Peter Mayhew, is also going to be in the Acolyte as well. Not
As an actor or as?
As a Wookiee, I believe.
Oh, all right, that's fun.
Yeah, another Wookiee, I should say. Yeah.
We need more Wookiees in the. I know they're one of the more expensive costumes to have, but it feels like we don't have that many Wookiees around.
Well, there's supposed to be a Jedi Wookiee in it too, so which is going to be cool. So, which I think we've seen from the Old Republic books.
The High Republic, yeah,
High Republic, sorry, yeah, High Republic books.
I can't remember his name right now. He's a fun guy. Fungi? No, that's the other.
That's Gunji.
Yeah,
I
can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the other Wookiee, but I think we're going to get a couple of Wookiees in the Acolyte series, and basically again, new font, new poster for the Acolyte, logo came in, which is kind of cool. I may or may not have actually. Oh, there we go. Has it gone soft? Okay, yeah. He is the Jedi Wookiee. Okay, all right. So Junis will be the Jedi Wookiee, which is kind of cool. Acolyte. There was some footage that kind of leaked, but
I may or may not have seen it.
May or may not have seen it. What I may or may not have seen looks pretty impressive. And
the martial arts that they may or may not have shown was really cool.
Yes, and there may or may not have been some real vibes of definitely samurai vibes of techniques.
It made me just think that this is the kind of action I wanted in Star Wars for a really long time. Kind of force users doing cool and creative things with the force.
Yeah,
I feel like we haven't gotten any of that.
Yeah. Well, we have. It's just different.
I mean, they haven't been that creative. The most creative we've seen is Grogu lifting the thing.
Well, we've seen
the horny beast.
Yeah,
beast with the horn.
It will be nice to see some Sith doing their thing too. I mean, we haven't seen enough Sith in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, one of the actors said it's like Kill Bill meets Frozen is what I hear.
Meets Frozen?
Yeah. Yes. Frozen, as in the animated Disney film Frozen.
I don't know how do those go together. I've never seen Frozen.
I've never seen Frozen either.
What? Oh, you're missing out. Okay.
Max, okay, never mind.
One day we'll do a reaction to Frozen, but that's
whatever. If I ever have a daughter someday, I might watch Frozen.
If we do a reaction to Frozen, we also got to do a reaction to Caligula.
Yeah. Fair enough. Anyway, so Acolyte is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. It's slated for 2024. I've got a feeling because it's now completed, we may get it possibly December, right at the end of the year into the beginning of next year, but that's just a hope. I don't know. It's a wild guess right there. The other one that they dropped some scenes for footage was
the directors for Skeleton Crew.
This is all the directors. Interesting to see Bryce Dallas Howard in there. You've got the Daniels, of course, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
John Watts, who did the last 3 Spider-Man movies.
Yes, yeah, he's the showrunner of this one. Skeleton Crew. We may or may not have seen footage from the stuff that leaked online, and the may or may not seems to be around children-centered focus. I mean, it's. I assume they might be targeting a younger audience with this show, so I don't know how that's going to play off with an older audience. I don't know about the investment to Jude Law. I've never been a huge Jude Law fan, yet he's front and center in this show. So I mean, he may be amazing. It's hard to say.
I like Jude Law. He definitely has
Jason.
He just definitely has a character type and can definitely nail a certain type of role. Like Jude Law is really great in some parts. Mm-hmm. Other time he's like forgettable, but if he gets the right part, Jude Law is pretty great.
Yeah. I've never kind of gelled with him. We're talking about Skeleton Crew right now. Jason, we're just kind of skimming through some of these shows. Did you get to see much of the footage and stuff?
Yeah, I saw some of the leaked stuff.
Okay, well, we may or may not have seen the leaked stuff, so...
Oh, we're not talking about...
they kept saying, quote unquote, may have not seen it.
Oh, yeah, yes, in that case,
yes,
I saw the leaked stuff, guys.
Oh,
we're all that super shut down by Disney.
Oops! Oh wow! Look at that! Disney just oh my god! How funny!
Oh man!
Internet.
Filoni with a sniper.
There you go. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, Acolyte is going to be interesting. Skeleton Crew is going to be interesting.
I'm so stoked on Acolyte, dude.
Yeah, that one looks sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were people comparing it to?
Kill Bill. And Frozen.
Kill Bill and Frozen.
Yeah. This is such. I still need. Part of that's blowing my mind. It's weird.
I'm ready to see some. I don't know. Based on the Ahsoka story, I think we're finally gonna get some Jedi fights up to par with the games. Don't you think, Max?
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think it's starting to look like that. I think they have two different. I don't know if they're Sith or just Inquisitors. I don't know what those. Their names are like Hati and Skull or something like that. I think
like Ray Stevenson.
We'll talk on Sunday, Anchorman. All right.
Yeah, I think we'll see some cool action.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I want to see some Sith action. I want to see a little bit more about how the Sith operate and stuff too, because I gather it's more Sith related.
I heard Acolyte's gonna be like the Jedi or like peak Jedi, and then the Sith are gonna be like the underdogs, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think so. Yeah. I mean, again,
that's sick. Man, I'm so stoked.
Yeah. And then Andor, they basically, Andor, they may or may not have dropped some footage on Andor season 2. But that's coming out.
I watched.
That's all stuff because they showed it. They showed it at the the convention, but they didn't show it online. That's the stuff they don't like. That technically wasn't online.
Yeah, it was never online. We never saw.
So the Ahsoka was the only one that was like a real release trailer.
Yeah, that was the only official
Indiana
one.
Jones. Yeah, Indiana Jones did a final trailer drop as well. But again, we'll talk about that on Sunday for sure.
Why is that Star Wars Celebration now?
It was the Lucasfilm panel.
Yeah.
Dropping their latest and greatest of stuff.
It's Lucasfilm and Harrison Ford's in it, so they kind of have to.
Yeah.
They could just rationalize it. Everyone's like, sure, we're down for it.
Oh, everybody's fine with that. I am. I'm fine with that.
Dude, I saw the Andor panel this morning, and apparently there are a bunch of people there dressed as the prisoners.
Yes.
and they're like all yelling, "One way up." One way.
But did you see when?
Cool.
Did you see that Andy Serkis actually got in a photograph along with the the showrunner and all that? That whole group, which is really kind of cool. I saw some video footage of him jumping in there.
I never even thought of the idea of doing that as cosplay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's a pretty simple layout too. It's
an
easy enough.
I know. It never
and
crossed
those boots
my
are
mind.
Burton snowboard boots.
Really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they're Burton snowboard, but you could just buy them.
Yeah,
they're just.
But the one thing that Andy Serkis did yell
they need to be barefoot if you're a prisoner.
he yelled out on the way out the door. The fact is, Andy Serkis is at a season 2 kind of introduction. Does that mean he survived? And if he did he jump into the water, or did he get captured by the Empire again? It's like, and live. Is he now working for the Empire? We don't know. I'm curious to see, but it feels like we're going to see him in season
No,
2.
he can't. That would just that would lessen the impact of his whole speech if he joined the Empire.
Right. We don't know. I mean, the fact that
they're offering him a really good deal.
He may or may not have survived.
He found a lifesaver.
Yeah, but he has been reported on set, apparently, according to people seen on set of season 2. So
I heard there were
like
people. Back. I heard there were people dressed as prisoners, but also like as lifeguards in that style.
That's funny
for Andy Serkis.
Hey there, Jacob. How's it going?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Loki. You're up late.
What's up, Loki?
Yeah.
Loki, get to bed. Go to bed. You gotta walk your dog. You gotta walk your dog in the morning, dude. Yeah, go to bed.
But yeah, along with all these other little drops, and Jason, we covered it earlier. I think you saw. Oh, I don't know if you saw, but
sorry, I was watching Beef.
Okay, fair enough.
That show is so good. I've binged that show.
Two episodes in, man. I like it so far, dude. A24 show, man.
Yeah,
A24 show.
Yeah, I just want to keep tonight specifically for Star Wars. We can talk about other stuff on Sunday. I'm going to be up at 3 a.m. in the morning because I'm going to be catching.
All right, sorry, Brent.
That's all right.
Jesus Christ.
I got to work in the morning too. That's the other scary part. So it's like, I'm already wired because I was up at 3 a.m. this morning with this. But Jason, just quickly to fill you in, we are going to get 3 movies coming up. One in the old, Order of the Order of the Jedi, which is going to be the original, which is going to be directed by James Mangold. We are getting a New Republic movie that is going to be directed by Dave Filoni, and which is going to be like the Mandoverse tied up. And then we're getting the new Jedi Order, which is going to be directed by the director who
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, yeah. And that's going to be 15 years after Revenge of the... it's 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker. With Rey.
So is that going to be the new trilogy or what?
I don't think it'll be... I mean, it may not be a trilogy. It may be a trilogy. It may be a continuation.
I think it may be a trilogy if it does well, but I don't think they want to announce and lock these actors into another 3-movie deal.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be signing these actors on without some sort of a deal to do multiple films.
I don't think they will this time. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be keep your schedule open. They're gonna be on a soft hold. They're not gonna be contracted to do multiple movies just yet. I think
Yeah, possible. Well, we'll see. I mean, again, who knows? What was this, Jacob? I don't know if you guys know this, but the version of Grand Admiral Thrawn doing in the books, Legends books, because I heard a friend, they were talking about High of the Empire proposed. I'm not too sure. I mean, I feel like that anything that was in the Grand Admiral Thrawn books that is current will be current. When it comes to everything that they're doing on film now, between Rebels and Ahsoka with Grand Admiral Thrawn, I feel like it's going to be new territory. I feel like the Edge of the Empire elements are going to be totally changed out. But I don't know. Let's talk about. Let's touch base on the big one for me, which is Ahsoka. Do we want to sit down and kind of break down this trailer? You guys obviously all saw it. I saw it at 3 a.m. in the morning.
You watch it again?
And I want to watch it again and kind of like just talk through it a little bit kind of thing, because damn, it's so cool. At least I think so.
Sick.
It looks sick. And
it reinvigorated the hype, dude.
Yeah.
I was kind of like not expecting much from Star Wars, been kind of burnt out.
Yeah.
But seeing this trailer.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn the volume down just a wee little bit, but we're going to just do this breakdown. So, we've got ourselves some sort of Jedi temple. We see Ahsoka here.
Something dark.
I mean, just, again, it's like, she's got, it's going to be so cool, especially this. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's
how cool.
It's awesome, but it also begs the question: if you drop a lightsaber straight down, will it go through the earth?
All the way through.
Yeah, we'll go all the way through and drop it straight down.
She was holding them with the force,
She was holding them with the force. Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah,
But I guess if she wasn't,
it would go straight down through
like
the other side of the.
If you're on the Death Star and you drop one, or like in a spaceship,
there is supposed to be a locking mechanism on a lightsaber according to the role-playing game, and it allows you to either control it by locking it or control it by leaving it. The moment your hand leaves the saber, it unignites. But yeah, it's kind of that kind of thing. Anyway, be the case.
But I think it would, right? It would.
Sense it.
So Ahsoka's in some sort of a Jedi temple. I mean, we've seen Jedi temples in the Rebel series and little bits and pieces in the Clone Wars, but to see some like live action Jedi temple, some ancient history, this is the kind of bridge worlding in the live action stuff I'm so excited to see. I am just I can't wait for this stuff. The red Lucasfilm logo is interesting too.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
No.
This is something.
Okay, so here we got Sabine Wren. Her hair's longer than we see her in Rebels, but God, again, just it's sorry, I'm gonna be like.
Are you excited, Brent?
I watched this trailer at 3 a.m. in the morning. I actually haven't rewatched it since then, so I'm like experiencing like.
Were you?
Lothcat is so adorable. It's so cool. What is that it's got in its mouth? Is that like a little something? I don't know.
How old is that thing now?
What's that? This Lothcat?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like it might be a young one. I don't know. Or maybe it's an old one. I don't know. It's kind of cool though. But she looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
I want to see her speak and everything.
It's cool.
I have no idea what these guys are.
They look awesome though.
Those seem like, guards of like a temple, but like what are they guarding and who are they protecting?
For sure. No, absolutely.
It's pretty good having them guard like an abandoned temple. You don't have to feed them.
Yeah. So Elijah, you may not be aware of this. This ship that we see here is called the Phantom. It actually locks inside the Ghost, which is Hera's big.
Oh, okay.
Her main ship. This is
Brent's
like the
favorite ship.
I love the Ghost. But this is the Phantom 2 because the Phantom 1 got destroyed in Rebel Season 3 by Ezra.
God damn it, Ezra.
And I have no idea what it is.
Phantom 2, license plate on the back, like Echo 1.
Oh, Ezra Bridge. I have no idea what it is that they're chasing right here. This disc thing, something. But here's Hera.
Oh, there she is.
Played by Obi-Wan's wife.
Yes. And why have I forgotten her name?
Ramona Flowers.
What?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
That's her character in Scott Pilgrim.
Helena Bertinelli,
Oh, really?
The Huntress.
Wait, she was in Scott Pilgrim, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was Ramona Flowers.
Oh, okay. I think she's good. Yeah, I mean, again, like none of these characters.
I was excited to see her as.
What's that?
No, I was excited to see what she'd look like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, she looks great. I mean, we haven't heard any of these characters speak yet, so. And we got Chopper, little Chopper. They had this droid at Celebration last year. Actually, I don't think they brought Chopper out on stage.
Wait a minute, this is the first time we've seen Chopper like that, right? Not that close. We only saw him like a long,
we saw him in Rogue One, just traveling along the ground. But this has got full mechanism arms and everything moving.
Is that McMaster's Chopper or?
Technically it's Legacy, but McMaster Robots also kind of had some stuff that they put in most of them. McMaster Robots do a lot of the background robots.
Yeah, they don't let
Legacy do their key main droids. Yeah. But when they did have Chopper moving last year on stage, he's got the whole head movement. It's not just a matter of twisting and turning, but Chopper does this weird kind of attitude thing. And it's also voiced by Dave Filoni too, which is kind of fun.
For others.
And this guy here,
Stevenson.
Yeah, he's from Black Sails, which he played Blackbeard.
He was Frank Castle at one point.
Oh, really?
And Frank he's Volstagg.
Okay.
That's 2 Marvel movies. That's 2 Marvel characters he played.
He's
cool. One of the Warriors 3.
Okay. He Yeah, he's playing some sort of a Sith character that we know little about. Shows this one.
Who's that?
I don't know who the captain is, but I don't know who she is. I can't remember. In fact, if I see CI, probably nope.
She looks like.
And the name's like Hoti and Skull.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put the things on because it will not. But yeah, they're two Sith characters. This is Lothal. This is live action Lothal, guys. Like, this is Ezra Bridges' homeworld. We see it all the way through animation of Rebels, and this also goes right back to the Ralph McQuarrie artworks and styles of art.
Yeah, that was one of the first like screenshots I saw of the show.
Yeah, no, this is like total Ralph McQuarrie style. It's freaking wonderful. By the way, this is also similar to the same shot we saw at the end of the Rebels as well, with a couple of with Ahsoka's ship flying in. And Lothal, yeah, I mean, it looks so good live action. Oh my god.
Been a while. Things have changed.
So
I started.
We've got the New Republic here. Obviously, Mon Mothma in the center there. For any deep dives
still
here,
looking good.
Yeah. Any of the deep dives, guys? The character to the right of Mon Mothma, the guy in the green uniform, is actually Kaz. What's his name? Oh my god, I've completely.
Kaji-Gugu?
No, Kaz Amada. He Star Wars Resistance, the other animated show that takes place just before the Rise of Skywalker. Kazumada. This is his father, apparently, in this scene as a live-action character. So, yeah. Okay, it means nothing.
What about the other people?
Obviously,
I never watched that show.
I do not know the other characters specifically. Right. They're obviously part of the High Republic.
Hearing whispers.
And here we have Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Do we know who's playing him yet?
Here's the thing: the Ahsoka panel is tonight at 3 a.m.
Oh, okay.
We're expecting.
They'll probably bring
the cast. You gotta wake up at 3 in the morning.
They might name drop. I mean, at this point, Lars.
I thought it was pretty confirmed, right?
Yeah, I think he'll come out on stage and they'll officially confirm it today.
Possibly.
And then they'll have a big character poster tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We're not too sure, but. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it could be Lars, but he's been saying no, so we'll find out officially. But it's going to be cool.
It's Jack Black and Lizzo together again, both as Grand Admiral Thrawn.
No, but
that window looks like an eyeball too. See, it looks like an eye with the
it does too.
The shape of an eye with a pupil in it.
This is a new ship.
Yeah, it really does.
I have no idea what this ship is. We also see it again.
About Thrawn's return.
The Eye of the Empire.
Yeah.
As heir to the Empire.
See, right there she used the word heir to the Empire based on the books, of course, which is kind of really cool.
It's been that phrase has been buzzing all day.
Oh, totally. No, absolutely. This is that same ship that we see Thrawn in, but we actually see
it's that lady.
Huh?
She's the lady from Mando who was fights.
She had the Beskar.
Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah.
The spear,
yes. So she's got something to do with this. She's got this really strange marking on her forehead, which is interesting.
I think she had that last time, right?
Yeah. I never saw a good close-up look.
I think it's from her planet.
Could be, yeah. I guess we'll find out more about her. She's obviously got something to do with this story in connection with Thrawn. So
well, that's why Ahsoka was after her, right?
Hmm?
Didn't Ahsoka go after her to find out where Thrawn was? So I mean, it's pretty natural that she'd be in the show, probably as like a natural enemy to Ahsoka again.
Yeah, I mean, she's a skilled warrior.
She knows where Thrawn is.
Yeah, that's it. So it's cool.
She was able to hold her own against the Jedi. That's pretty impressive.
Totally. Oh no, totally. Yeah. We assume she's non-Jedi. And here we are in what appears to be a Jedi temple, but we've seen this before in the Jedi Temple with Rebels, where like the whole background goes dark in the skies, and it has got that world between worlds look to it. But I feel like we're just in the.
It does, yeah. That's what I thought it was. It looks like, huh?
Yeah. Well, world between worlds is very different once again. This is definitely a Jedi temple, but connects Look at the color of these blades.
It looks almost orange.
Yeah,
Right?
it is. It's kind of like it's this in between, and I'm curious.
What is
That's
to know.
interesting.
I don't know. I mean, he's
a gray Sith.
He's a gray
He
Sith.
looks like George
George
Clooney's brother.
That's funny.
It's kind of George Clooney looking.
Ray Clooney.
Yeah.
Darth
We have to
Clooney.
prepare for the worst.
I like there she
Okay.
is.
Oh, she just talked. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be cool. I mean,
I like that. I like that costume. Costumes.
Yeah. If you notice as well, like
I mean, it matches the look of of Ghost looking like a B-52
Yeah.
bomber.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's like, well, the pilot's got to look like a 1940s bomber.
But I'm liking the new Republic uniforms too. We saw it on Zeb last week, and a bunch of the public, the pilots.
Was in the trailer.
Yeah, and so which is kind of cool. We're definitely seeing that.
It was cool seeing him last week, but I'm surprised he wasn't in this trailer at all.
What? Sorry.
Zeb, I'm surprised we saw him last week in Mando, but he was not in this trailer.
I mean, come on, they teased Zeb last week. I mean, we don't.
We know he's still around.
We know he's still around. Yeah.
Sure. But is he going to be in the show?
Don't know. I mean, who knows? I assume so.
The Jedi.
Yeah, this one's a badass too. It's like, yeah, they're definitely going after Ahsoka.
I fell a long time ago.
Now, I want you to check something out. Check out the style of this movement here. This is just like precision.
He does
fighting.
it like this is like Vader's.
Yeah.
That would remind me of Vader.
Vader in Rogue One.
Yeah.
So, this is our first look
Ezra
at
Bridger.
Ezra Bridger. Yes. This is obviously a hologram from the Rebels era. But I'm excited to see. I'm so excited. Like, yeah, this is a much older Ezra at this point. So.
Will Ezra get a solo show after Ahsoka, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing Ahsoka will have a season 2. It's what the rumor is right now. But
yeah, I mean, well, it is interesting to see Ahsoka being the first Jedi, or the second Jedi, I'm sorry, to have a solo show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There aren't many left.
So, this is an Inquisitor.
Yeah, he had that spinning lightsaber.
I'm going to assume this is kind of like in the beginning.
I feel like still Inquisitors, or is this a flashback?
Well, no, it looks like current.
I think there's probably some Inquisitors who were left over, who were like in training to be Inquisitors. Who just couldn't give up on the dream of inquisiting.
They might be.
They're inquisitive.
You're right. Ezra might be in Rey's new movie. That would be awesome too, providing he survives this entire journey.
I would love it if they did that, because it would retcon that ending that everyone who said something was dead.
Yeah, but you also have to remember that The Last Jedi.
How old is he?
Ezra can't be around. Ezra was only young when he got pulled away.
So, like in Rise of Skywalker, how old is he then?
By then he would be in his 50s probably.
Like, is he the same age as Luke?
No, he'd be more towards Obi-Wan's age.
No, you're right. He would be, because he was born on the same. Ezra Bridger was born on Empire Day, and that's the same day that Luke and Leia were born. Too,
yeah, so he'd be like an old man.
Yeah, he'd be old.
Recast.
Yeah, but remember, this is still 20 years.
Unless he was like time dilated.
Yeah. But this is when Ezra's about 30. This is when Luke's about 32. This is still so yeah. There's no time dilation here. It's purely Ezra. It looks like also like.
No, I'm just saying, like, if they're maybe in the edge of the galaxy, there's some time.
I'm trying to figure out where this is. Was they deconstructing Imperial Star Destroyers in the background there? We can see, but
it's like a shipyard.
It looks like
Braca.
Like a building yard or whatever.
Yeah,
building the ships there.
But at the end of the day, it's like Ahsoka is going up another Inquisitor city. Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah, same place. Looks like she's.
Could be Braca, the place in Fallen Order that Cal Kestis escaped to.
Hu Yang.
Hu Yang.
Yep, and of course, if you listen carefully, voiced by David Tennant. Yep.
It is time to begin again.
Yeah.
I wonder what they said when they asked him to come back, and he was like, "I voiced a Star Wars character."
Oh, I'm sure he just has to get paid just to say some lines. But yeah, Hugh Yang he basically had a ship that jumped across galaxies. Across galaxies. He jumped around the star system, and would actually be the training of the young Jedi for those.
And he helped them build lightsabers.
Help build lightsabers. Yeah. Sorry,
that was his main task. He would help them
that was it.
build lightsabers. It was really cool character.
Like that wand guy in Harry Potter.
Yeah. So
yes, that's exactly who he reminded me of.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. So ultimately, we never knew what happened to him during the time of the Empire. He obviously decided
he's got a lot of kyber.
Yeah.
Probably
right.
I imagine he's got
valuable ship.
Yeah.
In the galaxy, if
it
he's
probably
like,
is, it's the lightsaber.
He also has thousands of years of Jedi history.
That's it. Yeah.
That was the other thing that his ship had. Was his ship had all of the lightsabers that Jedi's used and recycled for the past, I can't remember how long he said, 1,000 years.
He probably had a protocol that if anything goes wrong, to stay in hiding until the next generation of Jedi come forward. So maybe that's part of it. We don't know. He could have a big story in the future of the entire.
I think
Luke
he could. Him or someone like him should definitely appear in the Rey movie. I think it would really be full circle of back to the fun of the Star Wars and the Clone Wars of having a droid around that was teaching kids and helping the kids along the process.
For sure.
And he's a droid. He could show up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like someone like him or literally just him. Because
transcend these generations.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he's over 1,000 years old. So he's...
I always love that episode. It gave the Clone Wars a lot of levity where it's such a dark time in Star Wars at that point. But they show had a lot of light moments, but that one was really good. Of just a robot who was literally just helping these kids become Jedi.
Yeah,
and helping them start the path.
Streaming August.
August is gonna be here before we know it.
Yeah, it will be. I'm so hyped for this show. I am very excited to see where this goes. It's like Ahsoka is my favorite character. She became my favorite character above Luke Skywalker, above Yoda, above Anakin Skywalker.
Above Max Rebo?
Above Max
Rebo. Oh, not better than Max.
Yes. But I've enjoyed the development of this character. We've seen the beginning, we've seen the middle, and this is going to be hopefully not an end, because I'm excited to see where her story goes live action from here. It seems like
Disney wouldn't do that.
Kill off
their. They can make a lot of money with her.
I mean, we know her voice pops up in the Rise of Skywalker. We hear it in the end, even though it's Ashley Eckstein who is actually voicing Ahsoka at the time. So
I wonder if some sort of Rey's movie is going to be called The Last Jedi again.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
The Last Jedi, First Blood.
The Last Jedi trains some more Jedis and then becomes a bad Jedi because she's a Palpatine.
The Last Sith.
It's got a
That'd be
title.
Funny.
I'm all down for seeing a Daisy Ridley based film. 15
It's
years
interesting that none of her other co-stars are returning.
Well, we don't know that at all.
I mean, they would have announced them.
I don't know about that. It's too early in the development. We'll find out, I guess.
I know Finn's got something he never got to tell her, so maybe he can come back.
Yeah. But we're getting something from the past, we're getting something from the future, we're getting something from the present, and in the feature film world. And, James Mangold is going to be... I'm excited.
Yeah, which one's James Mangold doing?
The First Jedi.
The First Jedi, the one in the past. Yeah, 25,000 years in the past.
Damn, no Palpatine at all.
No Palpatine.
I want to know, with that too, where's technology? Where, what? If it's that far back, do they still have spaceships? I mean, are they in the stone?
We know that. I mean, are proto sabers?
That's a long time.
Are proto sabers canon still?
Proto sabers?
Like with the pack. that they had to wear?
Yeah, power pack sabers. Yeah, I think they are.
I'm not too sure.
You fight someone in Fallen Order who I believe has a proto saber.
Oh, for real. So
Maybe-
I mean
maybe there's something.
that's gonna be it. I mean, as far as tech, dude, like
Yeah, that'd be fun
they'll
to see.
still be like
droids. Are droids around 25,000 years ago? Robots. and
yeah, I'm
astromech
sure like
droids
it's
and
still
stuff.
gonna be like type 1 society, so
Yeah.
space travel.
But here's the thing: there will still be a Palpatine going all the way back. So will we see the first Palpatine or not?
So I was asking Brent
Max,
like
Max.
in acolyte. No, I was asking you.
He's booting everybody. Don't say the T word, and you're gonna get.
Well, that's what I was asking Brent Wednesday if Palpatine's. Well, if I was asking Brent last Wednesday if Palpatine's ever gonna show up in Acolyte or a reference to him and all, you know?
We don't know.
I mean,
I imagine he will be.
They can't not. They gotta reference someone, and it's gonna be him or Plagueis.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see like a baby Palpatine, dude.
Yeah.
Watch. How old is he, dude?
He's old now.
Anyway, guys,
That'd be a whole new show, Baby Palp. That could be a
I mean, it's the
spin-off.
Palpatine saga, dude. You have to, right?
Yeah.
He's the main character.
He's
in
the
all
main
of it.
character. They made him the main
Yeah.
character. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the most important character, more important than R2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
he has
guys.
more impact on this.
than Luke Skywalker.
He's more important than Padme, Anakin, dude. Oh,
Palpatine graffiti. It could be like, Palpatine just leaving high school, and he's like, before he becomes.
He's driving hot rods.
Yeah.
yeah, a young, sexy Palpatine, dude. Sheev.
Anyway,
Oh man,
guys.
when we get Sheev, dude.
Would he be the Ron Howard of the movie, though?
I know.
Yeah, there's like a diner. They're all hanging out, and then.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to call it an early night because I'm gonna be getting up late and early. I've got work in the morning too. On top of, I'm gonna be getting up at 3 with this. So, and I'm also gonna print some remaining things up for 3D printing.
I wonder if he was a mod when he was younger.
Yeah, he was driving
Palpatine.
he had the Vespa, and he had the glasses, and he couldn't trying to get the bottle of Old Harper, and he couldn't get it, so he got mad, and then he
drag race.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, chat. Thank you so much
Hey
for joining
guys,
us.
we're
For
gonna
joining us
murder
in
some
chat.
Jedi.
And
I'm afraid my ride is quite operational.
guys, we're just gonna keep playing if I don't cut them off. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us, and Elijah, Max, and Jason, thank you for joining us too. And we will be live on Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. We're going to talk about all this stuff again, probably, as well as whatever celebration stuff they talk about. This was a big one, though. This is a big panel drop that they did at the Lucasfilm panel today, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about the Indiana Jones trailer. We'll do that on Sunday as well, and other things, and whatever else they talk about. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we shall catch you all on Sunday.
No.